G'day everyone. Well, I just wanted to jump on today and just wish you all a happy new year. Can you believe it's the last day of 2017? Where has that year gone to? I don't know. But I just wanted to jump on and just say happy new year, to stay safe. But I also am going to do a craft room tour today. Okay, so I've had a few requests to do a craft room tour on where I create a lot of my projects. Before I do that though, I would like to thank each and every one of my subscribers and those that have commented on my channel. I just want to say a huge thank you. I love reading your comments and it inspires me just to keep going. It's really, I love reading the comments. You get that warm and fuzzy feeling, and I try and reply to each and every one of you when I can. So I also want to hear what you want as well. So what do you want to see more of? What do you want to see less of? Do you want me to do something different? Okay, do you want me to create something different? A different type of craft. I am open to anything crafting. I love it. Love using my hands, and I just love coming up with techniques and try and do something different and new as well. So please comment down below if you do have any ideas or suggestions. Also, just letting you know, I have a new website. It's in its infancy at the moment, so I just wanted to give a shout out to my son Jordan. Hey Jordan, thank you so much. He's created a website for me, and I'll put the website name down here. And I'll also put it in my description box as well, so you'll be able to link on it and go to the website. And also at the end of the video, you can click on the end icon as well. So the website will consist of projects that I have been doing on YouTube, and it will list all the supplies, dimensions, and everything that you need to know about that project in my website. So in the description box, there's not going to be a lot down there except for the link to go to my website. So if you do want to know what products I'm using or what measurements I've got, head over to my website. So let's get started on this craft tour. Okay, so I don't want it to take too long. It will be about 20 minutes, I'm sorry. Yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so this is where I create my everything for videos and that. Now, I sometimes use a white background and then other times I use a black background. And that's just because of what I'm actually creating depicts what my background's going to be. So I've got my light set up and that, and I have a camera that is mounted there as well. So as you can see, my desk is looking really busy, and that's because I have got everything at my fingertips. If I don't have it in front of me, I tend not to use it. So I sometimes draw inspiration from what's on my shelves. So I've got a heap of dies here, and I'll do a tutorial in the new year about what and how I store my dies. So they're all chock-a-block full of dies. So I have those. I have heaps of ink. So I've got my Versamark and Stampin' Up ink and Stays On, archival, and even the stuff from that place that we're not allowed to mention. You know what I'm talking about. Some more dies. So I'm a bit of a fan of Elizabeth Craft dies, especially the Karen Burniston Pop It Up dies, Stampin' Up dies. I've got some Tim Holtz, heaps of Tim Holtz dies. My embossing folders all here, and then I've got you all know how much I love my word dies. So these are my word dies. Now they are all alphabetized, so when I'm actually looking for a word in particular, I just go through here and just pick out the word that I'm after. So they're all alphabetized except for the ones at the back that are in packs, basically, but I know what I've got. Then I've got all my markers, so my distress markers, my Posca pens, my Copic markers, distress crayons and gelatos. So once again, if I'm at my desk creating and I'm wanting to put a bit of colour to my creation, I may turn to get a marker or a crayon. So that's those there. Then I've got my embossing powders. Now, I had a lot of my embossing powders in a drawer and I found that I wasn't using them. The only one that I had out was this one here, which is my clear embossing powder, which I use 90% of the time. But I've got all these here. Now I've picked them all out and I've got them now on my desk next to my heat gun. And guess what? I'm using them so much more. So it has worked for me. I've got metal embellishments that I find that I've been using as well. So heaps of different embellishments. I've got my art journals. So some are finished and some are ready to start. And I've got my foam and I've got buttons and wooden embellishments down there. And I've got my Take 5 bucket. Haven't used it for a while actually. My distress inks, that the oxide ones, I use these all the time, so I've got every colour of those. All my bits and pieces, my blending tools, my palette knives, scissors, paintbrushes, pens. So they're all at arm's length. So I've even put my brads on my desk now and I'm finding that I'm using them quite often now. So I also have all my glues, my gesso, my distress stains, my Craft mists, my modelling paste, my Inca Gold. So I've got quite a few Inca Golds and that there as well. So once again, when I'm sitting at my desk and I need something, it's just at arm's length. Then we've got my guillotine. Now I've had this guillotine for probably about 30 odd years, and I know that some of you will be going, oh my god, there's no safety place you can cut your fingers in that. But honestly, I've got all my 10 fingers and it's as sharp as the day that I purchased it. So I used to do scrapbooking years and years and years ago in my younger life, and yeah, so it's been it's a really good guillotine. I've also got these drawers here. These are my IKEA drawers. So this one here is just all my bits and pieces, stapler, duct tape, and bits and pieces that I've got here. Then I've got my pencils, so my Prisma pencils, my Craft pencils, and other bits and pieces. I've got my Crocodile and that in there as well. Then I've got some fabric as well, so some netting and that. I don't have too much fabric. And this is all my glue dots, adhesive stuff. So it's a bit of a mess, but it works. And this stuff here is stuff that I've purchased recently, but I haven't just done anything with. So I've got some dies here from that place that no one's allowed to say. So I keep them in here until I actually get them organised into my storage on my desk. And then I've got a whole heap of punches, so every imaginable punch. So, but I don't use a lot of punches, so I'm just not a punch person. So, and this is my paper station. So, and I've got it all sort of labelled to what type of paper I've actually got. So that's chock-a-block full of paper. I can't even get my Christmas paper in, so it just stays on the top. So, hop, and there's Charlie. Okay, so that's my dog, my little Maltese, so in his bed. So he follows me everywhere actually. So these cubes. So I've got my smaller paper packs all in here now. So my Kaiser Craft and more Kaiser Craft and that. Then I've got my magazines. So I'm a bit of a Frankie crazy person since I discovered them this year, and a Daphne's Diary. So, and I've got other books here that I use within art journaling. A bit of an Egyptian mad person as well, so it's my other passion. And I've got a heap of cardstock here that I keep. I try and keep a fair bit of cardstock when I see it on special and that. So I've got my scrap paper here, and this is all organised to colour. So each plastic envelope has different colours in there. So if I just want a particular colour like green, oops. So then I can go here and pick the colour green that I want, because I most times have got it. So packaging stuff that it's got different texture that I can actually use for art journaling. My napkins, I think I've got probably every imaginable napkin in here as well. So I've just got some bits and pieces. I've got some empty storage containers and that in there. Cardboard. So I tell my husband he has to keep all the cereal packets and that. My burlap. I purchased these at my local Spotlight store. They were really cheap. So I think I've got about 7 packs. So I'm going to do something with those one day. My sewing box. An empty box. Just a box of tags and bits and pieces. Sorry for it being so dark. And then I've got my embellishments. So these are my Kaiser Craft embellishments. So if I could get those on my shelf, I could. I also have my Go Press and Foil machine that I purchased not long ago, and my foils. I've got my laminator here, and I've got my recent edition of my We Are Memory Keepers Stitch Happy machine, which I've been playing with as well. So, and also a new addition to my craft room, and I need to give a big shout out to my niece who's 12, who created this for me for Christmas. So hi Isabel. So it sits proudly in my craft room here. She's done a magnificent job. So that's my storage area for a lot of my other stuff, and this is where my Sizzix machine lives. And I've got more dies and stamp sets. So these are the Kaiser Craft ones. So I've got these in no particular order, and I've been collecting quite a few of these lately. So all the big, they're my big ones there as well. So some more Kaiser Craft shells, some more die and stamp sets from that place, you know, that place we're not allowed to mention. So yeah, and then I've got my trolley, where this trolley I just use to put all my bits and pieces on. So I've got all my Sizzix die cutting stuff there, so my rubber mat and my metal shim and all that. So I also have my acrylic paints in here as well. So I've got a lot of those, and just some folders down here with I've got my crazy dog envelope, sorry Charlie, and that. So and then over here I have my stamps. So this is how I have got my stamps at the moment. This is probably something that I don't do very well at. I've got them all categorized, so all alphabet, all animal, all background stamps and so forth, but I don't know, I just wish that all stamps came in the same size and packaging. So, but I've got this here, and this is all my bits and pieces in here as well. So I've got some more acrylic paint in there, some tubes, got some more embellishments there, sequins and that sort of stuff in here. My stamping block sprayers and my glitter. I've got a box full of die cuts that I'm going to do something with one day. Not sure what, but I'll get there. Eyelets, and yeah, more eyelets and embellishment sort of things. Twine. Stamping blocks. So these are my alphabet stamping blocks. Hey Charlie, yes, you're going to have to move, buddy. And my quilling stuff. And in the last drawer, there's nothing much down there. So I've got all my washi tape and that, and some more clear embossing powder. I sort of buy that by the truckload because I use that a lot. Dewdrops, or my liquid pearls, sorry. More washi tape down there. Then all my ribbon. I try and organise my ribbon to the stage where it's all on reels. My glue gun, my We Are Memory Keepers, fusion tool, my Dymo. There's nothing much in there because I've just actually cleaned that out. I had all my Stampin' Up stuff in there. And then this is my sticker drawer. So I just have all the stickers in one of these display books, so that seems to work for me. So that's there is my workstation. So what I do is, when I'm actually creating something over here, when I'm finished creating it, I always clean my desk down. It's just the sort of person I am. I like to be organised, but organised to the point where I just put everything I've used just in here. So if I'm doing 2 or 3 projects, this will be chock-a-block. Then at the end of the day, or when I'm finished crafting, I just go through and just put everything away. It only takes me a couple of minutes to do, rather than a couple of minutes after each project. So that is my craft room. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my craft room tour today, everybody. I've really enjoyed showing you where I create. So it has been a really fun day. So I also just wanted to let you know that in 2018, my resolution is I'm going to upload 2 YouTube videos a week regularly, and it's going to be on a Tuesday night and on a Friday night at 8 p.m. Now please check that you have hit that notification button, because if you have, you will be notified of my uploads. Now it's going to be different each week, or each upload, so it may be a card, maybe a journal, it may be a tip or a technique. So, and on that, I would love to hear what you want to see more of or less of. Okay, so as you know, I do card making, tags, ATCs, I do art journaling. I've even done explosion boxes. So my explosion box is just there on the shelf there. I have thought about doing that as well, a tutorial on that, because that is a really fun project to do and to give to somebody as well. So please let me know down below in the comments what your thoughts are. And I love reading your comments as well. They inspire me to keep going. So that's how I know just to keep videoing and uploading for you all. Okay, so don't forget to check out my website. I'll put that link down below just here. Thanks again, Jordan, for helping me with that. And until 2018, everybody, I'm going to be signing off, and stay safe out there on the roads, and we'll see you in 2018. See you later. Bye.